What if you could see a storm coming and get inside before it hits? Now what if I told you that strokes, much like storms, can show early warning signs up to a month in advance? Yes, you heard that right. Today we're unveiling 7 early symptoms of a stroke that could appear a month before they strike. Knowing these could help you spot and act quickly on a stroke, which could save your life or the life of someone you care about. Let's jump in and learn as much as we can. Number 1. Persistently elevated blood pressure. You know how they call high blood pressure the silent killer? Well, they're not kidding. It's like the first warning sign on the road to a stroke. Keeping an eye on your blood pressure and spotting those highs early on is super important. High blood pressure makes your heart work harder and puts a lot of stress on your blood vessels, including those in your brain. If these vessels get damaged or blocked, that's when a stroke can happen. The American Heart Association says high blood pressure is when your readings are 130/80 mmHg or more. If your blood pressure is up there, it means your heart and blood vessels are under too much pressure, which can harm your body over time. Checking your blood pressure regularly can help you catch any changes early. If it starts creeping up, you might need to look at your lifestyle or maybe even get on some meds. Simple things like cutting back on salt, getting more active, drinking less booze, and keeping a healthy weight can really help bring your blood pressure down. Also, if you've got other stuff going on, like heart rhythm problems, diabetes, or high cholesterol, managing your blood pressure becomes even more important. These conditions can team up and increase your risk of having a stroke. So keeping tabs on your blood pressure isn't just about avoiding bad news at the doctor's office. It's about taking steps to protect yourself and keep yourself healthy and stroke-free. Catching and dealing with high blood pressure early is key to keeping your brain in tip-top shape. Number 2, excessive fatigue. Ever felt so tired you could barely keep your eyes open, even after a good night's sleep? That's not just regular tiredness. It could be a sign your body's waving a red flag, especially if it's out of the blue. This kind of deep, can't-shake-it fatigue might be your body telling you something's up with your brain's blood flow, like a pre-warning of a stroke. When we talk about being super tired for no clear reason, it's like your body's running a marathon without you knowing. Strokes mess with the blood supply to your brain, and before one hits, you might feel this overwhelming tiredness because parts of your brain aren't getting the energy they need. If you're suddenly finding yourself needing naps all the time or just feeling zapped for energy, it's worth paying attention to. And it's not just about feeling sleepy, it's that kind of fatigue that sticks to you, making even simple stuff feel like a chore. If this sounds like you, especially if you've got other symptoms from our list, don't just brush it off as needing more coffee or a vacation. It could be your body's way of sounding the alarm before something more serious, like a stroke, happens. So what to do? First off, chat with your doctor. They might check things out to see if it's really a stroke warning or something else. And remember, catching these signs early can make a huge difference. It's all about keeping you running smoothly and avoiding big health scares. Number 3, vision problems. Okay, let's talk about your eyes. Ever suddenly find things getting blurry, or maybe you're seeing doubles out of nowhere? It's not just about needing new glasses. These could be early warning signs of a stroke. Your brain and your eyes are super connected, right? So if something's blocking the blood flow to your brain, it might mess with your vision too. Imagine one day you're reading or scrolling through your phone, and things just don't look right. Maybe part of your vision goes dark for a bit, or everything's double. It's kind of scary, and it's definitely not something to ignore. This is your brain's way of saying, hey, something's not right here. Now, vision issues can happen for a bunch of reasons. But if it comes out of the blue, and you've got other weird symptoms going on, it's a big red flag. It's like your body's sending out an SOS signal that a stroke might be on the horizon. So what should you do? First thing, don't panic, but do take it seriously. Give your doctor a shout and tell them what's up. They might want to check things out to make sure your brain's getting all the blood it needs. Remember, catching these signs early isn't just about dodging a bullet once. It's about keeping you healthy and avoiding trouble down the road. So keep an eye out for those vision changes. They could be telling you something super important. Number 4, sudden and severe headache. Ever been hit with a headache that feels like a lightning strike out of a clear blue sky? We're talking about the kind of headache that makes you stop and think, whoa, what was that? If you get a sudden, super intense headache, it could be more than just a regular headache. It might be a stroke knocking on your door. This isn't your everyday tension headache or even a migraine. It's like your head's worst nightmare, coming on strong and fast, often without any warning. It's the kind of pain that makes you wonder if something really bad is happening. And you know what? Your gut feeling might be right. If you have this kind of headache, it could mean you're bleeding in the brain after a stroke. Now, headaches can come from a lot of things. Stress, dehydration, you name it. But if this headache feels different, like nothing you felt before, it's a big red flag. It's your body's way of screaming that something serious is up. So what's the move? Don't brush it off. Get on the phone with your doctor or head to the ER. Time is super important with strokes. The quicker you get it checked out, the better your chances of nipping it in the bud. Remember, knowing these signs and acting fast can make all the difference. So keep this headache warning in mind. Could be a lifesaver. Number 5, difficulty speaking or understanding speech. Imagine you're chatting away, and suddenly your words just don't come out right, or you can't grasp what someone's saying to you. It's like your brain and your mouth aren't on the same page anymore. This isn't about being tongue-tied or having a momentary brain freeze. It could be a stroke trying to make its move. This kind of speech trouble, where you're struggling to say what you want or can't understand simple sentences, is a huge red flag. It's one of those signs that can pop up suddenly, showing that a part of your brain dealing with language is not getting the blood it needs. Now, we all have moments where we can't find the right word, but this is different. It's sudden and it's noticeable. You might know exactly what you want to say, but the words just won't come out right, or they'll come out all jumbled up. Or maybe someone's talking to you, and it's like they're speaking another language. If this happens, even if it seems to get better quickly, it's a big deal. It's your body waving a red flag saying, hey, something's off. So what should you do? Take it seriously and act fast. Tell someone what's happening and get medical help right away. With strokes, the faster you get help, the better your chances are for a good recovery. Number 6, unexplained dizziness or loss of balance. Ever felt dizzy or wobbly for no clear reason? It's like one moment you're fine, and the next you're trying to keep yourself from tipping over. Now, we all get a bit dizzy now and then, but if it hits you out of nowhere, or you find yourself suddenly struggling to walk straight or keep your balance, could be a heads up from your body that a stroke might be on the way. This kind of sudden dizziness or loss of balance isn't just about feeling a bit off. We're talking about a serious kind of feeling. It can happen when a stroke messes with the parts of your brain that help you stay upright and understand where your body is in space. Imagine you're walking along and suddenly it's as if the room starts spinning, or you can't quite get your legs to cooperate. It's scary, right? That's your cue to take action. These signs are your body's way of sounding the alarm that something's not right in the brain. So what do? If you or someone with you starts feeling this sudden dizziness or has trouble with balance, don't brush it off. It's better to be safe and get it checked out immediately. Quick help can make a big difference in dealing with a stroke. Remember, it's all about catching those early warnings and acting fast. Number 7, numbness or weakness in the face, arm, or leg. You know how sometimes you might sleep funny on your arm and it feels all numb when you wake up? Imagine that feeling kicking in suddenly, but it's not just because you slept weirdly. If you suddenly feel numbness or weakness and it's only on one side of your body, like in your face, arm, or leg, it's like your body is sending you an SOS signal that a stroke might be knocking at the door. This isn't just a little tingle or a pins and needles kind of numbness. We're talking about a noticeable drop in strength or sensation, making it hard to smile properly, lift your arm, or walk straight. It's as if one side of your body just starts to give up on you out of the blue. Strokes do this by messing with the part of your brain that controls how you move and feel. When one side of the brain gets hit, the opposite side of your body is the one that feels the impact. Pretty wild, right? So what's the game plan if this happens? Whether it's you or someone else, if there's a sudden weakness or numbness on one side, it's time to act fast. Stay alert and take care of each other. As we close our discussion on the early warning signs of a stroke, it's evident how important awareness and quick action can be. Recognizing these signs not only empowers us, but also equips us to potentially save lives. Reflecting on this, I wonder, how will you apply this knowledge in your daily life to safeguard yourself and those around you? And what steps can we take to build a community that's more informed and prepared to act in the face of such emergencies? Understanding these signs is more than just personal vigilance. It's about creating a network of support and awareness. Every bit of knowledge shared is a step towards a healthier, safer community. Let's commit to being vigilant and ready to support each other.